Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 8727, Toa Jaller. This is a Bionicle character from 2006, 46 pieces, and originally retailed for $9.99, or $10. Now, unfortunately, with the purchase of this figure when I got him at a garage sale, I was not able to get the package that it came in, such as a canister, or the instructions that were included with the set. So I do apologize for a few lost parts of the review, but we still get to look at the main figure with all the right parts. First thing I'd like to mention is the tall structure of the figure. This is not exactly at the bottom, but you can tell that it's very close to 8 inches tall. That's pretty impressive for a Bionicle figure. It might actually be a little bit taller than 8 inches. Now we'll take a closer look at him, and I'll just describe some of his relevance to the Bionicle story. Originally, this figure was a Matoran. Well, it's a small figure, and was one of the first finders of the Mask of Life, which saved part of Mana Nui, the island. Then, on his adventures, he traveled with other Matorans of Voya Nui, a pretty much enslaved, desolate place where Paraka were ruling. And upon arrival, he and 6 other Matoran were transformed by a lightning strike from the Red Star. This transformed them into the Toa that you see before you. So, getting on to the actual set itself, we have a lot of interesting features with this one. Although the Toa Nika are relatively the same composure, they do have a lot of different colors to them. This one has a translucent orange, dark red, and a little bit of gold as the color scheme for this figure. Those colors do vary between the figures, and there is also a variation between what their feet look like, what their weapons are, their masks are a variation, and even part of their arms. More of the part towards their hands, that is. This figure is able to pose in a bunch of different ways using ball joints. So you can see he's got some pretty good balance now. And I like how we have all these translucent pieces throughout him just to give more of his elemental effect, because he is the Toa of Fire. Now, getting on to more of the figure's features, we have a couple different features to discuss. The first one, we have this sword, which can be lit up. One thing special about the Toa Nika, each figure has built in their battery, or built in the piece, a battery that can be removed, and you just have to press this button to see it light up. They usually light up in a similar fashion. They would start off slow and then beat up real fast, then try to slow back down again. Now, in addition to that, we not only have one lighting up feature, but 2. The other one is that his head is actually glow in the dark. There's a look at the skull of the figure, and the mask on it is actually a big rubbery flexible plastic piece. Pretty interesting, but something that fits snug over the mask. Let me see if I can go find the lights, and if we can get this thing to glow. I'm just going to put him in position for right now. Now, I see that those Zamor spheres keep jumping off. That is a default to kind of a problem, really, with the Toa Nika figures. Even though they have that large container for holding them, the top one is very easy to fall off. Now, if you'll excuse me. Didn't seem like it was glowing in the dark very well. It wasn't really shining well through the mask, and I've held on to the light for over 5 minutes, so I don't know if that feature is going to work as well as I thought it would. Moving on, we have a third feature with this figure, and that is the Zamor Sphere launcher, as mentioned before. So, much like the Paraka, these launchers are made with the same types of pieces, but the addition with the Toa Nika is that they can hold more than one at a time. In fact, they can hold 4 in this little cage. Kind of like a magazine on a semi-automatic weapon. So, they have the same basic working function, just have to press on the back of it, and it'll shoot one out at a time. So we'll just hold it here for demonstration. Oop, oh boy. Well, it seems that we've had a little backfire with it. Maybe a little recoil, if it may. Since some of them were falling out from the top instead of from the bottom. I mean, they still shoot out from the bottom, but the force behind it made them pop out from the top as well. Just be careful with using the figure in that case. I'd say that's probably the one thing that I don't like about him, is that Zamrosphere feature. It's a little hard for you to line it up correctly and try to shoot just one of them instead of shooting a whole bunch by accident. The glow-in-the-dark feature probably could work a little bit better if I gave it a little bit more time to sit out in a lamp or other, light source. But I'm sorry that it didn't work out so well for this review. Otherwise, he looks like a great figure. And as far as the differences with the feet, I forgot to mention, his feet, as you can see, are kind of spiked, much like some other Toa Jaller. And you can see his arms are similar to the Toa Metru legs. So that gives you a perspective of how big these guys can be as they grew up in Bionicle over time. They've gotten much bigger. So, thanks for watching this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews.